So it's very unusual class for tonight for a few reasons. It's not going to be any more people joining us tonight because Morgan and Mike, Morgan's grandmother passed away this morning. So they with a family. Kachina cannot make it, she's working, and Melpi is in Greece. But still, I decided to hold this class, even though it's very challenging for myself, but we need to do some work for everyone tonight. So I'm very grateful two of you were able to join. Thank you. And I'm glad.
Thank you.
I'm glad Hannah just got through another challenge to move to another place and new location. Let's see how you like it. Maybe one day we will join you all together.
Maybe after I get a couch and a table.
Yeah. Or maybe you don't have to have couch. Maybe we will do one day retreat in your apartment.
That's why I said there's plenty of room for yoga nidra right now.
That's actually a great idea. This is exactly what we need, I believe. But the problem is it's such a intense, challenging, and very cruel time. So I'm holding the group, not just your group, but the group for my patients, just to hold the space for emotional charge or recharge. And this is what we're going to do for everyone in our group and for the entire surrounding. And do not, please, think small of yourself. The meditation we're going to do tonight will affect many people who needs the peace during this time. But to begin with, I would like to listen your perspective of what's going on and what you feel.
I mean, there's so much. I feel like the one thing that I can see happening is that there's so much like hatred and confusion on all sides of everything that's going on. I'm talking more specifically with my mind being with like the Israeli and Palestinian conflict, of course. And just, very sad to see, just where we are at now. And, there's nothing that I can do personally. So there is, you can't hold yourself responsible for something like that. But you still feel kind of just like a presence with what is happening and just, oh my gosh, wow, things are escalating. So I was talking to people at work about it a bit with kind of saying, when I'm clocking in, it feels a little weird sometimes to say like, okay, I have to be here at work right now when you could also have personal things going on or what have you. But I've been kind of savoring my time at work recently to say, this is something that's super normal and everything here is going well. And it's been nice to have that kind of perspective shift a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of generally how I'm feeling, just kind of, a little flabbergasted at everything that is going on.
But what do you personally think and feel about this time?
I guess if I'm thinking about kind of this time on like Earth as a whole, I feel like there's just been a lot of things kind of like pressure cooking for a long time. So I feel like this could be an outcome of that. And sometimes things just have to happen in order to move on from them. I don't know. I feel like I'm still working on that answer. But yeah, I feel like we're just going through a hard time. I also think about nature a bit, like we're seeing a lot of like natural disasters, and feel like that is maybe just Mother Earth's immune system saying there's an imbalance happening. And I feel like you can see that imbalance like not only with the weather, but like socially as well.
Mhm. Thank you. And what do you think about this conflict happening in Israel now? I'm not going to involve you in political issue because I just don't believe political is a truth, even
Yeah,
4%. It's always lie, always lie.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
as a human being, what do you feel?
I just don't think that we should be shooting each other. I just really like that. I think that's really what I keep coming back to is I'm just, why are we doing this to each other? I'm confused, and seeing how we treat each other sometimes, especially when it comes down to differences of, skin type or political or religious beliefs. I think that's what I'm really the most flabbergasted on is seeing how quickly people end up hurting each other. Or I saw today how tensions have been kind of rising in New York City and how there's been a lot of protests. And it was just a bit eye-opening to see how quickly people are to say that they hate an entire group of people and that they should all be gone. That is crazy to me, and I cannot wrap my head around it. But it's how a lot of people are thinking right now, is that they hate the other people so much that they want them gone. And it's both sides for sure, I think.
It's not exactly on both sides, but we're not here to discuss a political issue. But still,
Sure.
can you, like as a human being, can you take any side, or you just completely neutral? Or let me put another way. Do you believe there is a right side or wrong side?
Um, well, I still feel like I'm also still learning exactly what has like specifically triggered this like string of events because there has been so much like happening to lead up to this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I feel like because of that, right now I'm a bit like um still trying to figure out what I think is what I'm just trying to understand exactly what's happening is how I feel.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And you, Hannah, what do you think?
I think collectively we're coming into a time where there's going to be an upheaval and a renewal of a lot of systems. I think a lot of people are unhappy and pushing for change. So I definitely see that bubbling and coming to a head in the next few years. And it's tough to not get caught up in the heaviness and the anxiety of what that could bring moving forward. As far as everything going on globally, I'm not very well informed to speak on that or really have an opinion about any of it. But I've been meditating 2 times a day to try to keep myself in a good place. So I've been doing the meditation from last week in the morning, and then I've been doing yoga nidra at night before bed. And that's been keeping me pretty even and good to go.
Nice. Nice. I cannot tell the same about Masha Penson because actually it's another huge stress for me. Probably the same as I experienced 2 years ago when the Ukraine thing happened. And it's not just the reason I have my cousin in Ukraine and I have my younger sister in Jerusalem. So I personally somehow involved in both conflicts. But I'm not here to talk about the political thing. I just was shocked how much world, and especially young people, are being confused. And how the media and propaganda use the natural sense of compassion all of your generation was granted with a it's your born feature. You're more compassionate than your parents. And how the political people abuse this natural feeling, this natural capacity of being compassionate. And I was shocked by perspective with one of my former students. I'm not going to tell you who he is, but he's really confused. And I know he has a big and pure heart. Somehow, he been caught by this political manipulation, believing that there is a wrong side and right side, and people who oppressed, they who suffered because they oppressed, they on the right side automatically, which is not the truth. Completely, it's wrong. It's a lack of information, of course. It's a lack of knowledge, of course. And for me, what shocked me, how easily it could be manipulated. And what I said to him, never ever trust what people say, but see what people do. And what's happening for the last few days, we can see the unbelievable act of violence. It's almost like the not humans cannot do that for whatever reason. But young people being brainwashed that because they are oppressed, we have to stand for them. No. And that's why I'm asking you, because for me, it's important what your heart, what your natural sense of truth telling you. It's not necessarily to take any side, but to see the evil. It's very important. And when evil in action, and especially see who started it. That's important. And I was talking to my children now in a very hot way, like I was almost screaming, because they trying to convince me they learned from media. But I don't need it because I saw many things with my own eyes. I've been coming from the totalitarian country, and I was my DNA still keep the memory of oppression and of all the evil thing happened during Soviet era. So it's really, really, really twisted. But again, if you would like, we can dedicate some time and I will tell you my story, not my story, but this thing I know about Israel, about Ukraine, about what is happening. But it's not the topic for our class. I'm basically shocked by the hatred which are present in the world now. It's unbelievable. Do you know tomorrow is International Hate Day?
That's a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Tomorrow is
International Hate
yes,
Day.
hate day.
My
Yes,
gosh,
it
I
means
can't fathom.
it means this Muslim fundamentalistic terroristic organization. They call all the people to, you know, the word pogrom, pogrom. So they basically will trying to do pogrom tomorrow for the Jewish people all over the world. And that's a fascism. That's a fascistic thing. When I was driving from my job today, I saw all the banners saying that all the roads to the Brooklyn will be under construction during weekend. Why? Because they preparing to this huge move. And it's very dangerous and it's very sad. Because the evil in the world so strong now. What we can do, I don't believe in the power of speech, even though it's I see how it works in the opposite way, and I see how many people from your generation being brainwashed, manipulating by the natural feeling of compassion. They twisted your compassion in a different direction. But again, as I said to this person I've been trying to talk 2 days ago, and it's actually brought me to very deep heart pain, that do not trust what people say, see what they do. You know, from some kind of article stories that the Palestinian people being oppressed, blah, 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 they took their land, which is true, right? Which is true. But can you believe you're going to the speech festival, right? It's a peace festival with music and drugs and just enjoying the life. This is what they do in Israel, just on the border. It's a festival, music festival, Arabian-Israeli friendship. During this festival, half of the population, half of the people who participate in this festival being killed and taken as hostages.
Oh my God.
And 22 of them Americans, by the way. 250 been killed immediately. The same they keep as hostages, and they shoot it. They put it online, and parents can recognize the children, how they being taken away. It's unbelievable. I cannot even cry. It's so painful. And I said to this person, can you imagine? Of course, yes, Israeli and Palestinian conflict, it's a historical thing, the same as Ukraine and Russia. One day after 6 billion of Jews being killed, they decided they deserve their own small land and they have to protect themselves so they cannot experience Holocaust anymore. And that's why they return to their land where all the religions and spiritual, the development was born. They return to this land. Yes, they have to move away Palestinians. Was it fair? Probably not. But Americans did the same with Indians. And I said to this person, can you imagine being on this peach festival, and one day, early morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, you being killed, raped, and taken as the hostages. Just because, by Indians, just because your parents or grandparents took their land. Right? So see what people do, for whatever reason. And the torture and violence, it's unspoken. I cannot tell you what they do. Of course, I cannot see all of this video, but they put it online. You can search and you can see. But trust me, you won't be able to unsee it. It will stuck in your mind forever, because it's animals. It's not human beings. So where is the truth? Where is the evil? For whatever reason, right? And
Mhm.
it's just very sad to me, including my own children, who believe if the people are oppressed, we have to save them. But because my sister, she lives in Israel, and I've been in Israel, and I know how they treat each other. I saw so many things with my own eyes. So unfortunately, it's so easily to manipulate people's mind.
Mm.
They receive almost €1 million daily, Palestinian people, just to sustain their life. They so pure, they don't have water, they don't have electricity, they don't have food. Why? Because they spent all the money on the weapons. They never build up their beautiful life. In opposite to Israeli people who build up for 70 years beautiful country, who supply half of Europe with fruits. They build up the country in a desert from zero. So I'm not the political speaker, but I just very, very upset how young people being brainwashed. It's unbelievable. There is no truth in what you can read. And unfortunately, I have to revise my own point of view on many things in political issues in the United States. It's very dangerous point where we are now. But what we can do, we're not political people, right? What we can do a lot. We can do, instead of multiplying the evil, even by thinking about it, even by watching it, but just increase the light within. And I understand it's a kind of cliche, but please do not diminish it. It's so much hatred, so much evil now in the world. And if we can restrain from any hatred thoughts, feelings, emotions, it means we work for the better future, all of us. So I'm very upset. I'm basically crushed down again. It happened 2 years ago during Ukraine war. I was unable to sustain myself for a while. And this is what's happening now. Since Saturday, I just barely can breathe. But I decided still keep the class and just increase the light within. This is what we're going to do. And trust me, I'm not talking from just opposite point of view. The student I was talking to, he never been in Ukraine, but he stands for Ukraine. He never been in Palestine, he stands for Palestine. He never been in Israel, he against Israel. He never lived among the Muslim people, I did, for the half of my year. And I'm not talking, I'm not telling all of them bad, but it's even more easily to manipulate people using religion. And it's so dangerous. I would say it's the most dangerous thing ever. So what I'm trying to say, it's not about politics. I'm not trying to convince you to be on the same side as I am, but I'm trying to help you to see where the evil is and to feel it with your heart rather than listening people. They did actually a great job, as I understand, with all of this propaganda. Not just the people who support Trump did the great job. The left side, Democratic people also did the great job. And it has a very dangerous part of it, even though I believe myself, I'm a Democrat. But it's a dangerous part of it. And it brought Russia 100 years ago to the tragic level. That's why Russia now is a center of evil, because what happened 100 years ago. Why? For the same reason. They just decided oppressed people have to be, the entire society have to be flipped over completely, and who've been oppressed become everything. So it's Karl Marx, Friedrich Engels, and Lenin. That's three evils who changed the world, and we still bearing the fruit of it. So communism, socialism, it's very dangerous thing, and I'm telling you because I've been more than half of my life living in this regime. You cannot imagine what it is. So I'm going to change my point of view now on the politics of United States and what is going on here. It doesn't mean I'm going to support Trump. Definitely, but there is a huge mistake. That's why young people so confused. And trust me, it's not about Palestinian people. It's about terrorism, terroristic organization, and it's more than one country. Russia is terror. Not entire country, of course. I have friends there, beautiful people in there. There are beautiful people, but it's terroristic state among with some few countries. And I really wish you can see the similarity of the same route. September 11, all the terrorist attack in Boston during Marathon, during Halloween in Manhattan, and in France when one scholar cut off the head, French teacher, because he said something about Muslim he doesn't like. He cut off his head and he posted it. It happened 2 years
ago. I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah. Now they do with the children. They killed 40 children in a kibbutz. Kibbutz means village. It's a farmers. They killed 200 people, 40 of them babies, and they cut off the heads.
Oh my God.
And they did the same, not they, Russians did the same in Ukraine. And it seems like the same training center. So it's a lot of dangerous, violent thing happening in the world. And we are so blessed being away from all of this stuff. But I can see the seeds here, and it's very dangerous. And my goal, not to open your eyes politically, but just still somehow help you to be able to recognize the truth on your own. But unfortunately, it was neglected, I would say. So young population was neglected for some reason. And the most upsetting thing, they abuse your natural sense of compassion. And they manipulated it. Okay. Be careful, try not to go outside for the weekend and especially tomorrow, because many things could happen. It's going to be a lot of protest, but any protest could turn to something very violent. For whatever reason. And especially upsetting for me, it was, I never realized there is such a anti-Semitism in the world. I never realized it. And I'm not Jewish myself. I do not belong to it. But I upset because anti-Semitism is a byproduct of fascism. It means we live in a time of fascism.
Mm.
So sorry for this sad speech I have to make, and let's just bask in the light. I want you to bring, during this meditation, I want to bring on the people you know who could be affected, whoever, and the entire children from both sides, Palestinian and Israel, all the children, innocent children, all the people who suffer now. My nephew went to serve army first day from Israeli part. And it's very scary because he's in a paratroop division. It means he's in the first line, but they have to protect their country. They didn't attack, they just try to protect it.
Mm. Mm.
So see who started the thing.
Mm.
Okay.
Just want to say, you don't have to be sorry for sharing that. Thank you for being vulnerable and being open with us. And no, just wanted to say thank you and for sharing that. And I think everything that you said was very truthful and very relevant too. And I mean, I think it's definitely interesting to see, like, you know, like I'm definitely young, but I'm not super young anymore. But you can really see, like, on social media, like how everything can get definitely twisted, or, you know, you can see the manipulation after it's happening sometimes, but you can't see it happening. I'm not talking about specifically what we're talking about, just other things. But yeah, I mean, I'm very happy to be able to do this meditation tonight and have the privilege of saying that, like, we're safe. And yeah, I think you're right. I mean, look at the start of it, right?
Mhm. Yeah, and look for
And a
the
lot that I
violence,
don't know.
because even the Israeli army, they have to take certain actions now. They have,
Right.
but
And like a lot you said that I didn't know.
they do not rape young girls online.
Yeah,
They do not cut the belly of pregnant woman, removing the fetus online, right?
Jesus Christ.
This is what they do now. You can see it online if you wish, but I wish you would never.
Yeah, no,
So
Jesus.
before you go support someone, you really have to know what is happening.
Yeah,
And it's very easily to twist. Yes, Palestinian people deserve compassion. Yeah, definitely. It's just the people, but we're dealing with uh
terrorist group.
yes, yes. And people, innocent people, unfortunately have to suffer because it's collateral damage. As I said, like, I'm from Russia and I still have so many friends. It's very pure, very beautiful, nice people, very kind people. But the entire country is suffering because of the regime. As a country, they perform evil action. So the entire countries have to suffer. There is no way to escape it. And when the entire organization of movement joined, like Save Palestine, Free Palestine, first you have to recognize it's not Palestine who does the thing, it's organization, a terrorist organization who somehow find a home in Palestine. But still, there are innocent people in there, families, children, women who have nothing to do, they just want to live. But somehow, if they spend the money they receive every day on their own life, they don't even have to work. They can live beautifully. They decided to use it for weapons, for war, for revenge, for whatever, for violence. Oh, I feel sorry for all of you, because basically the peak, the most beautiful time of your life, you getting through pandemic, isolation, one war, another war, and it's going to happen, the third world war. It's going to happen. This is what I think. It's not going to be pronounced tomorrow, but the first war and second war, it's not going to be officially pronounced one day. It's just gradually happening when the more and more country was involved and the world was divided. So the division is a very dangerous thing, the division. And we know who worked for division here, right? We know his name. We know the force who worked for division and who responsible for the division of people.
Yeah, I feel like we've never really known a time of beautiful peace in our lives. It feels like one bad event after another.
Yeah, but still we are so blessed because we just witness it.
Yeah.
We never been there, God forbid. But I experienced many things. So that's why I believe my point of view, like, comprehensive enough to share with you. Okay. Okay, if you have any questions, any confusion, I would be more than happy if I could to help you. Please feel free in a group chat or during the class, ask me whatever unclear things you can find for you need to be resolved, please. I'm not the one who can resolve all the things, but still, because of my experience, like mostly life experience, because I came from the different part of the world, probably could help you somehow. And we are so blessed here, so blessed. I was talking to my supervisor today and I said, like, we in the best country in the world. She said, no, 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 no. I want to live like in Canada. No, it's still the best country in the world. And people hate us. The same way they even more. I was shocked by the anti-Semitism during this day. I didn't realize it exists in such a way. But I was traveling last year and the year before in Europe, and I have some connections with other country, European country, Russia. They hate America. They hate America so much. Why? Because of jealousy. The same with the Jewish people. Because of jealousy, because we are successful, because we are strong, and we actually do not give a fuck. If they hate us or love us, it doesn't matter. We still build our beautiful life. This is what Israeli people trying to do for 70 years, just to build beautiful life. But they have to be vigilant. That's why in every apartment they have special room for in case of attack, like in my sister apartment, they have special room. And during the attack, they go to this room. It's actually bedroom usually. And they sit in this room for 3 days. They don't even have to go somewhere to hide from the bombs. It's in every apartment. Can you believe how they try to protect their own dignity and life? They live in a danger. And when I was in Israel, the police in every, I would say, in a mile, you can see at least 10 policemen with dogs, and they just searching every trash can. They can come approach you and make the dog search your bag if you not carry any bomb. This is how they live. And my sister, she works in a department store, and she said at a certain time they remove all the knives from the store. Why? Because when you enter the store, security search your bag, and it's always like this. We have now the same in big events. We have the same, right? But they have it's all the time everywhere. You cannot enter the store without being searched. So every person who enters the store being searched, but they remove knives from the store because people can buy the knives and attack someone in the store. So it's a life in a constant danger. It's very damaging, but they choose the way to sustain their life this way because they have no country to live. And historically, it's their country. This is where the entire nation was born.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I never expect myself be so pro-Israeli person, but now I just feel so strong about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's do the light meditation. And
Yeah.
again, I ask you to include in our circle everyone you can imagine, all the people who suffering, all your relatives, all your parents, all your siblings, uh, all the people of Palestine, all the people of Israel, all the people of Ukraine, and even Russia, because they're not happy there as well. And we just, by bringing the light in our own hearts, we will help them. And of course, the special attention to Morgan and her family during this difficult time. Okay, let's start.
Absolutely.
Do you need a couple minutes of break before meditation or not?
I would to use the restroom. This is a
Okay.
sitting meditation.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
So it's a light meditation dedicated to every being in the world right now. Please bring everyone who suffering, everyone who is in darkness, everyone you know, your family, friends, to clear their mind and to purify their hearts and fill it up with the divine light. Please bring your attention onto your heart. And breathe into your heart center. Not just the heart organ, but the whole chest area. Breathe as if the breath is coming through the front of the chest into your heart. And soften in your heart to receive the breath. Allow your heart to open like a flower opening its petals to receive the warm and soft breath. Soma, soma, soma. Soma, soma, soma. Amrita. Your breath carries life energy. Soften in your heart as you receive the breath. And notice the flow of breath moving into your heart center. Soma, soma, soma. Soma, soma. Amrita. Keep your attention on your heart center, which is the whole chest area, not just the heart organ. And notice if there are any tightness or discomfort there. If there is, breathe into it, allowing the breath to move through it, opening it up and moving the flow of breath through the discomfort. Soma, soma, soma. Soma, soma, Amrita. While I'll do my prayer, please keep breathing through your heart. And if you can see or feel any kind of feelings, sensation, pain, pressure, whatever it is. Keep breathing into it until it's completely dissolved. Pay attention just on this sensation and dissolve it by the force of your own breath. We are one in the wholeness of all that is. We are one with God. We call upon Almighty Mother, Father, God, and all of the expressions of divine love, resonating the wholeness of divine truth. I invite the presence of Divine Mother in her many aspects. By the way, October 16th, it's Navaratri, full Navaratri, which is one of the most powerful one, and we will going to have series of special events. And we invite the presence of Divine Mother in her many aspects because we probably never need the presence of Divine Mother within us as much as we need it now. She is the one who can soften people's hearts, who can heal the hearts, dissolving all the hatred, all the division, all the confusion. I invite the presence of Divine Mother in her many aspects. I invite Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene and Black Madonna from Christian faith. I invite Shekhinah from Jewish tradition. Mother Lakshmi, Saraswati, Durga, Kali, Parvati, Shri Lalita, Tripura Sundari, and Divine Mother Kamadena from Hindu faith. I invite Tara and Kuan from Buddhist tradition, Amaterasu, Shinto, and the divine presence of Fatima from Islam. White Buffalo Kaplan, Native American. Gaia, Mother Earth, Prakriti, Mother Nature. I invite all of the expressions of Divine Mother from the world's traditions of truth. I invite those great beings and master teachers around whose teaching many on the world major spiritual traditions have grown. I call upon Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit, Abraham and Moses, the divine presence of Muhammad, Lord Buddha, Lao Tzu, Lord Krishna, Lord Ram, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva. I call upon the archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Zadkiel, Chamiel, Jophiel, Metatron, and all the archangels. We invite these beings of love and light to lend their energy, attention, and presence for these sessions, so everyone may receive the healing. May the heart of people be cleared, purified, and healed. Please, Divine Mother, fill up all the beings with the light, with the truth and love. Please call all the compassion, but use this compassion in a truthful, wise way. Do not allow to manipulate by the natural sense of compassion. Make us to recognize the truth and the whatever should be done during these dark times. Make us the vehicle and tools to spread the light, to heal people around, to calm down, to remove the hatred. Fill us up with the love and compassion. Protective sphere of light is being placed around us. Sphere of holy sacred light. We're protected and shielded by the sphere of light. And we know that only the energies of archangels, ascended masters, and those beings of love resonating the wholeness of divine truth may enter this protective sphere of light. I ask Archangel Michael and his blue flame sword of truth to stand guard around this sphere of light, guarding and protecting us throughout the entire healing session. Archangel Michael stands to the north of us, the south of us, the east of us, the west of us, above us and below us. The loving, liquid, golden healing substance of divine love is continually pouring into our energy fields throughout this healing session, allowing all the healing, lifting, and energy shifting to be smooth, comfortable, and complete for all of us. I ask to be clearly connected to the source of divine wisdom during the entire healing session. Thank you, Divine Mother, and so it is. Soften in your hearts. Soften in your throats. Soften in your third eye. Soften at the top of your head and the space around your head. Soften at the base of your spine. Soma, 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 Amrita. Soften in your pelvic area. Soften in your navel. Soften again in your heart. Keep softening in your heart and breathe through your heart. Divine nectar, the nectar of God's love, is pouring into your heart. You're receiving the divine nectar again and again and again. Soften, soften, soften. Feel the energy of divine nectar, the sweetness, the love. The nectar of love is flooding your energy field. More and more divine nectar is filling you now. You are inundated with divine nectar, saturated with divine nectar. Your energy field is held in a flow of God's most sacred love as a divine nectar bath, your multidimensional energy system on every level. Every cell is receiving the divine nectar. Every molecule, every point, place, and space in your energy system and the nerves in divine nectar of God's love. Divine nectar is soaking your energy field and smoothing and soothing your system. More and more divine nectar is flowing into your system and drenching your system. Soften in your chest, the whole chest. Soften in your throat. And soften in your head. Your brain, your physical brain. Soften in there. And let go, let go, let go. Let go all of the wrong perceptions, all of the misunderstanding, all of the mind settings. Let go of everything and allow the divine truth enter into your system. Divine truth can find a way through your heart. And when the connection between the heart and mind is established, then you can see the truth. Then you can feel the truth. No other way. Mind is so easily can be manipulated in a many different directions. Do not trust it. Only the direct connection between your heart, where the Divine Mother resides, where your higher self resides, when your divine spark is residing in the home of your own heart. The only guidance from there to your mind can tell you the truth. No other way. Do not listen. Do not trust. Do not believe. Find your own truth. It's within you. It's always been. You just need to find how to open it up, how to recognize all the signs, how to hear the very subtle voice of your higher self, which is the ultimate truth of who you are and the ultimate truth of what the truth is. This is only you can trust. No other way. Keep breathing through your heart. With each and single breath, inhale the light. Inhale the truth. And on exhalation, let go all the darkness, confusion. Let go, let go, let go. Just set up your intention. I'm letting go all the wrong perceptions, all the mind settings, all the manipulative ideas, and I will listen only my own truth in the silence of my pure heart. Soften in your throat. Soften in your face and let go all the masks. Soften in your eyes and your brain. Every single cell of your brain. Let go, let go, let go. Soften in your navel and softening yourselves. Softening your brain and softening the whole body. Softening the space around your body and softening the room. Soften again in your heart. We are whole and one with Divine Mother. Divine light is pouring into your heart now. Feel it, see it, intend it, or just imagine. This is what happening. Divine light is filling your energy field on every level. More light, and more light, and more light. Divine light is increasing within you now. And you're receiving more and more and more divine light, more divine light, and more divine light. Moment by moment, moment by moment, moment by moment. Divine light is healing every limitation in your system and opening you to the fullness now. Divine light is releasing all discord within your system now and opening you to more and more and more divine light. More divine light and more divine light. Divine light is flooding your energy system now. More light and more light and more light. Repeat after me inwardly, I accept divine light within me now. What we're doing for ourselves is equal to everyone we included in our circle today. It's equal to all the people we know, all the people we care. It's our friends, family, relatives, siblings, children, parents, all the people from far away, all the people who suffered now. Just imagine that millions, millions, and millions hearts, old hearts, small hearts, babies' hearts, is being filled with a light, more light, and more light, and more light. Do not diminish your power. We can bring so much light on the earth because we are all one. By doing this work now, we work for all the humanity. More light and more light and more light. More light onto people who are suffering, all people who hatred, experience hate, all the people who violent, all the people who scared, all the people who cried, all the people who grieve. More light and more light and more light, more light, more light, more light and more light, even more light. We know that divine light increasing its presence within our system. And as soon as we're increasing in our system, it's happening to everyone because we are all connected. And illuminating our entire energy field. More light and more light and more light. Use your visualization. It's very powerful. Bring more light into our hearts, more light and more light and more light. You can imagine that your heart can hold all the people's heart, all the humanity heart, all the children, all the babies, all the old people who is hopeless and helpless, all the people who is giving up their lives now in a battle. Bring the light onto them, more light and more light and more light. All the people who confused among your generation, all the people, nice, beautiful people, but they confused by being manipulated by the governments and politics. Bring more light and more light and more light and more light. Bring the light in their hearts. Then bring the light in their brain, in their mind, and let them let just issue the bomb, the light bomb into their mind. Burst, 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 burst. Clear the mind. Burst, 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 burst. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om. Now I address the grids, patterning, and conditioning of untruth throughout our multidimensional energy field. And I say to these grids, you are not whole. We are opening only in wholeness. You must go. We are resonating only in the structure of divine truth. All limited grids, patterning, conditioning, self-concept belief system of untruths, including multidimensional matrices, must now collapse when you feel the flow of life force moving through the energy field. You must leave. Break, 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 break. More light and more light and more light, even more light, more light and more light, more light and more light and more light. Intend and allow a spiral of ascending light to spin in your body and entire energy system. Allow the light to spin fast and faster, fast and faster, fast and faster. Spiral the light faster like a golden tornado spiraling at the light speed throughout our energy system. Everyone we intended to bring to our circle. Fast and faster, spiraling light. Fast and faster, fast and faster, fast and faster, fast and faster. The spiral of ascending light is lifting you and freeing you from all dense frequencies. Spin faster. Accelerate the speed. Accelerate faster. And now soften, soften, and soften. And let go. Let go, let go, let go. Almighty Mother, Father, God, we know that thy will, not our will, is done, and throughout the entire healing session and life situation now, for the highest good of us and all others concerned. And with all our hearts, we surrender to thy will. Soma, 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 Amrita. Soften in your heart. Soften in your throat. Softening your face and third eye. Soften at the top of your head and the space around your head. Divine light is healing you. This sacred light is lifting, opening, cleansing, and healing your entire system and allowing the presence of light to increase within you now. Divine light is filling every organ, tissue, cell, atom, and particle of your body. Divine light continues filling you and healing your entire energy field. You are inundated, saturated, and penetrated with divine light. Divine light is emerging from source and overflowing on every level of your energy field, nourishing your system with more and more and more divine light. You are receiving wave after wave of light. You are filled with light. More divine light is awakening in your entire system and releasing all that is not whole. The wholeness of light fills you now. All energies of limitation and lack, all the energies of untruth and manipulation are dissolving as divine light vibrates throughout our energy field. We are held in divine light. We are bathed in divine light. And we are healed in divine light. We are lifted, open, cleansed, and freed in divine light. Thank you, Divine Mother, and so it is. Soften your heart. Soften in your throat. Soften in your forehead. And let go, let go, let go. Soften in the space above your head. Soften in the space in your room. Soften in the space of your town. Soften in the space of your country, of United States of America. Soften in the entire world. Soften in the areas where people are suffering and killing each other. Soften in there. Increase the light. Bring up the light. More light. And more light. And more light. Shanti. 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 Thank you, Divine Mother. And so it is. Now, very slowly, you can come back from your meditative state and open your eyes when you're fully ready.